Well, there's a lot of things you can get done in 90 minutes. And there's a lot of things you really can't get done in 90 minutes.
Correct, for sure.
Making a crown or a cap in 90 minutes, would that be over 90 minutes? Under 90? Really? I mean, really?
Yeah. So let's start this way. Husband and wife go to different dentists. One comes to me, the other goes to another doctor. Randy's wife goes to Dr. Jones. Randy comes to Dr. Bilski.
Because I know how to pick good doctors.
Exactly.
Okay?
And he breaks a tooth. And I said, Randy, you need a crown. We can get it done today and you'll be done. You'll walk out with the permanent crown, and his head snaps. What? Because my wife said, if I get a crown, I've never had one before, I'm gonna be here today, and then I gotta go back in 2 or 3 weeks, and the temporary's gonna pop off, and okay. No, that's not how we do it. So we have a machine called CEREC. It's 3-dimensional. It's a long time. It's been around for 25 years. Keeps getting better every year. So what happens is we reshape the tooth after you get numb. We take a picture of the tooth, the one that's chewing up against it, and provided everything goes straight forward, no problem with bleeding gum or something goofy, about 90 minutes.
That's just amazing.
Sometimes 75 minutes, sometimes 100 minutes. The point is, we can get something done for you and not take up too much of your time and having multiple appointments. There are color selections for the teeth that pretty much match everybody's tooth color. And if it doesn't, we have the ability, in our practice, we know how to stain and glaze. What that means is characterize the tooth. If your tooth needs a little bit more of a cream, or I feel like Bob Ross, who is a huge fan, and a little titanium.
Oh, little happy colors, a little happy.
We only make happy accidents. We don't make mistakes. And I love the guy, but that's what we do. We paint it.
Wow.
All right.
Wow.
So we put it in the oven. I call it the easy bake oven. And about 20 minutes later, 24 minutes later, it comes out and we glue the tooth in. Now, so Randy goes home and he tells his wife that he had a crown made. Sometimes the term's called cap. And she's like, oh, so when's your next appointment? You know, we're going out of town in 2 weeks, 3 weeks. And Randy's like, because we already established he knows nothing about teeth.
No.
He says, no. Dr. Bilski gave me the final crown. She goes, honey, come on, how stupid are you? He can't give you a final crown. It has to go to the laboratory, and then your temporary's gonna pop off. And I know how you like to eat popcorn. And Randy will say, no, because he showed me there was this machine that milled this porcelain piece.
It was amazing too.
And then he painted it a little bit with some burnt umber and then put it in the easy bake oven, and it came out about 25 minutes later, and then they tried it and it fit perfect, and then they glued it and they showed me in the mirror before they even glued it, but it was like, I can't even believe that there's anything done. And then he shows his wife, and she's like, son of a gun.
No, actually, that's not what happened. I wouldn't tell my wife that. What I would say to my wife is, I got to get a crown. She'll say, oh, so you have to go back in 2 weeks? So I'd say, yeah, I do. And then what I do, that day I go out and have beer with my buddies. I'm just going to be honest here, but doesn't my story sound more plausible?
I must have grown up with you or something. Like that's.
The point is, 90 minutes, 120. I mean, you get in, you get out. It's amazing. You know, it really is.
So, and particularly, we use Randy a lot in our examples, but particularly with moms or grandmas that are matriarchal, and they run the kids around. Like, my mother-in-law helps with my children. We don't mess with mom's schedule is our kind of our mission statement in that regard. Most grandmas make the decision for the dental treatment of the family, and if we can minimize the amount of travel time,
that's big
in between soccer, basketball, football, cheerleading, wrestling, skating, and everything else that kids do, and particularly when they get into high school, it gets a little crazy. I have 5 kids, and I know what it's like to run around. Certainly, I don't know what it's like to run around like my wife. And fortunately, that she's awesome, and she does take care of that kind of
That's great.
stuff.
Yeah.
And she, of course, I hear about it, and I deserve it. I should hear about it, and I love her, and I appreciate that she does that for us. But anyway, the point is, if technology in my practice can help minimize the stress and anxiety, either going through the procedure or minimizing the time of the anxiety of trying to fit it in, I think that's a win-win.
Yeah, sure is. So might want to give them a call. Or if you want to see some more videos like this, you can always do it
For sure.
by visiting bilskidental.com. Thanks again.
Thank you.